You go into a relationship, and going into that relationship, you have kids from a previous relationship, and now you find that your partner is jealous of your kids. How do you handle it? Hey guys, welcome back to 5nothing100nothing.com. I am Fugget. That stands for the fittest underdog guru using intelligent tactics, guys. Today I want to talk to you about being in a relationship. Once you go into this relationship, having a kid, having children from a previous relationship. Maybe it was just a previous relationship where there was a marriage or no marriage, whatever. It doesn't take having a wedding ring or a marriage certificate to have children. Okay, so you're out of that relationship, but now you either have full custody or partial custody of your child or children. Okay, so situation goes that, you're back on the dating scene, or you meet somebody and, you're thinking, okay, how do I bring up my kids? What will they think if I have children? Maybe they already know you have children because it was in a dating profile or you met through friends, whatever the situation is. And, you eventually tell them about your kids, or like I said, they know, and they seem fine with it, right? Which is why you've moved along to the point that you're watching this video, that now it seems like it's went a little sideways, right? What usually happens, and this is from my own experience, is the person is like, oh, that's great, and they might even see it as something that's attractive to them, that you show responsibility, you've had children. On some primitive level, it shows that you can procreate. Maybe that does something to the mating call, that if you're male, your seed is proven, whatever it is, right? Maybe if it's a female, she's got those childbearing hips, and you want to make some more, or at least act like you're trying to make some more. Whatever it is, it's your life. So, you've got this situation now where everything seemed fine. It started off strong, and then at some point, now they're seeming a little jealous. Okay, you're sensing the tension. Maybe they've actually verbalized it and told you, I don't want to share you. Or they see that you're getting, more of their time, your kids are getting more of your time, whatever it is, right? The struggle for you, if you're in this situation, this is my personal experience with it too, so I feel very confident speaking to it, is that unlike a career or where you live in the country, or a habit or a lifestyle, like maybe you're a minimalist and they're a spender, any of these things, all of those things can be changed if you want to change them, and if you agree to the terms of changing that to keep this person and your partner in your life. Unlike all of that, kids are not negotiable. You can't change this, right? It is what it is. Whether they're 3, whether they're in their teen years, it doesn't matter, because those kids are a part of the package deal. And you don't want to make a decision that's going to have you putting your kids last, because you've only got so many years with those kids before they're older, independent, and a lot of, their psyche and a lot of, their mental stability and happiness could be dependent on how you raise them and the time you spent with them, the lessons that you've sown into them, the love that you showed them. And, I'll see parents make that mistake where they'll put their kids last because they are so smitten or so in love with this new person who does not want to share them with the kids, or don't get along with the kids. And you'll see the little seeds of jealousy, and sometimes it starts very subtly and it grows, and sometimes not so subtly. You might see your partner and kids fighting like cats and dogs. Like, now you feel like if you had 2 kids, you've got a third kid, So you want to try to avoid this, and there's a systematic way to do this, and some questions I think that you have to keep on the forefront while trying to remain unemotional about it, or I should say, to the point of it becoming a point of contention and anger, where you try to just stay calm, subdued, listen to your partner. They're hurting and they're struggling, and maybe just some good conversation, good questions, and some good listening on your part could help to solve the problem if there's misunderstandings. So let's get to the bottom of it. So, they could be jealous of several things that you're doing or that you have going on with your children. They might be jealous of the bond you have with them and think, they wish that they could be either that close or bonded to you, or maybe to them. Maybe they really love your kids, but your kids don't have that same bond that they're going to have with a biological parent. Some cases, some people, assuming you marry the partner, they adore the stepmom or stepdad even more than their own parent in some cases. But if it's a boyfriend-girlfriend situation, then, they're maybe looking at it and going, I really didn't realize what I signed up for. You really have a strong bond with them, and they maybe are jealous of that bond. They might also be jealous of the time you spend with the kid, especially if you're sharing custody and you only have those kids, so many days out of the week, or maybe every other week, and you try to make the best of the time that you have with them. And now, instead of having it one-on-one with you, where it feels like a new, fresh relationship that is built on a more traditional or organic platform, it's like you're jumping right into family life. And for a single person that falls for you, that can be a tough adjustment, is now, they've got a ready-made family right there, and they don't know where they fit in. Are they an authoritarian figure, a father or mother figure? Are they a friend to this child? There's a lot of gray area here, and I think every household is a little different, and that's where you've really got to know your partner and know what the parameters are and boundaries. So that's a very important thing to discuss as well. Maybe they're jealous of the attention you give them, and they find that they're having to take a back seat to the time when you're with your kids, that you're not giving them as much of your attention. Or if you're with your kids and they call you, you don't want to be or can't be on the phone with them for an hour, hour and a half, because you're helping Joey do homework, or Susie, you're running Susie to cheerleading, or whatever it is, right? And they just don't get that. You want to be a parent who's present with your child and they have your attention. So that can be a tough balancing act as well. And they also could be jealous of the resources that you share. So, especially if you've been in the relationship for a while, you are going to have to, some of your funds, resources, and everything else is going towards kids. Whether you have spousal support, child support, all these things, you can't, your money is not their money or the partner's money as well. Or there's less of it to share. And, they sometimes are resentful that maybe you're taking one less vacation a year, or, you're not always buying them the nicest things because you have your funds allocated to your children and to, their well-being and their future. So that's just the way it is when you brought children into this world. So some things you can do to get to either, a make it or break it type of thing with your partner, if you're finding that there's no resolve and you're not sure what to do as far as, bringing peace. You could avoid it for a while, but it's like a pressure cooker. It'll continue to build unless you address it and get to the bottom of it, because you might be avoiding that because, the discussion, because you're afraid to lose them, where you have your line in the sand. But at the end of the day, it needs to be discussed, because it's not only fair to you, the children, but also to that partner who maybe isn't ready for a relationship like this. And I think if you discuss these things in a loving, calm way, you can figure out if this is something that you can work on and build a future with, or whether maybe you just need to let them go and to find somebody who doesn't have children and can give more of their time, energy, resources, love to them. So, first thing, when it's brewing and you need to have that discussion, is tell them that at some point you want to sit down and talk to them about the situation. And basically first start by listening to their concerns. Let them vent and let them express how they're feeling. And the less defensive you are and the more open you are to listening to them, the more openly they're going to share with you when they realize you're not going to snap or jump down their throat or get mad or anything like that, or get offended or anything like that. So make sure that you're calm, maybe hold their hand, sit down, maybe do it after a nice dinner or a time where you're both not tired, like before you go to bed, but do it in a time where, you've got peace, it's a nice, calm environment, and you can have a good discussion. But listen to their concerns and listen for the things that they're having a struggle with, because what you think could be their struggles may not be their struggles at all. Like I said, it could be the bond, the time that you share. It could be the attention that they're not getting, and it could be a financial issue or resources. So listen to all their concerns. Try not to talk over them. Just listen to them. Let them feel free to speak without judgment and without being interrupted. Think about this, think about the things that they said, the things that they shared, and you have to think about whatever it is that they share with you. Can you make healthy changes? Like maybe you don't have healthy boundaries with your children, and even when you don't have them, they're always calling you. They're always getting up in the middle of the night to do things. Maybe you're filling in the gaps all the time for an ex who's not carrying her weight, and maybe it is that you don't have good boundaries with your kids. Maybe it's because you feel some guilt about the divorce or leaving, their mother or father. And so, you're trying to make up for that by letting them walk all over you. But that's where you got to be careful not to get defensive if a partner shares that with you and you're realizing that you maybe have unhealthy boundaries with your kids, and them bringing it to your attention might help you to actually make the changes you need to so that your kids are healthy and they have healthy boundaries, and then maybe it saves your relationship. And so if there are any unhealthy behaviors or anything that can be brought more to a happy medium where your partner feels more comfortable and can agree upon those terms to where the tension or any fighting or any resentment is gone, and they feel loved and feel like they're a part of the family as well, then that's great. Then you're in good shape. Keep going, and good luck to you. But if you can't find agreement on the terms, and let's say you do have balance with your kids and healthy boundaries, and you want them to feel love and know that you're there, but your partner needs more and more than you can give at this point in time, then that's where you have to draw the line and realize these kids are in your life forever, and you're the one of only two parents that they have in their life, and you've only got so many good years with them to which to bond with them, mold them, give them some good memories, and help them get a fresh, healthy, good start into adulthood and independence. And perhaps, maybe you should let the partner go, because they deserve to be happy and they deserve to have a relationship that they have in their mind as ideal to what they want. So maybe they do love you and you love them, but perhaps this arrangement and when the time in your lives when you met just isn't going to work. Maybe it'll work in the future, maybe not. But at the end of the day, you have to be selfless enough to let them go, and not selfish, saying, I don't want to lose them, so I'm going to tell them what they want to hear, but I'm really not going to change. And you also don't want to feel fearful of losing your partner and simply put your kids on the back burner because you don't want to lose this person because they're so wonderful. If they're a good fit for you, they'll fit into the dynamics. Maybe not perfectly, but they'll be willing to work on things with you. So, you have to either, if you find that you're not going to be able to find agreement, then you need to stay strong and walk away and let them go with as much dignity, love, and compassion as you can. So hopefully that helps you guys. Let me know if you have any questions. I know it's a big topic. I just thought I would throw it out there, made a few notes for myself, try to keep me on track. So hopefully you gain some value from that. But let me know in the comments, give me a like or share, and any of your ideas for videos. I'd love to tackle it, especially if it's something that I can speak to from experience. So guys, take care, enjoy your day.